Hej, cześć, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku z Black Mirror. I tak, teraz będziemy ogólnie wywoływać film ze zdjęciami. I mam nadzieję, że w tej sesji nagrywania tej gry już zakończę pierwszy rozdział. Mam nadzieję, że mi się to uda. Tak, zobaczmy, co można obejrzeć ogólnie. Okej. Tak, co tutaj trzeba było zrobić? Musimy... Czekać, powiększacz. Czy tutaj trzeba było coś dać? Okej. Tu chyba trzeba włożyć film. Albo nie.
Basically, it's just a powerful lamp with a lens in front of it.
Nie? Tu jest zbiornik na wywoływacz fotograficzny. Kurczę, z tym będę miał problem chyba.
Film is placed in this container. Then the developer fluid is added, and after a short while, the film is developed.
Aha, czyli
I'd better leave it. I have to develop it.
tu muszę dać ten
First of
film.
all, light off.
Okej. To idzie wyłączyć światło. Zostanie tylko to czerwone. Ogólnie tylko raz byłem przy tak wywoływaniu zdjęć
The film is in the
na
developing.
dniach otwartych w
Developer
szkole.
is still missing. The film is in the container. I made sure that it wasn't too tightly rolled, so
Okej.
that the film is in
Film
the
jest w
container.
pojemniku,
I
pewniłem się,
made
że
sure
nie
that it
jest...
wasn't too tightly rolled, so that the film is in the container.
To zabierz to.
An
Bierz...
A4 size package. Fairly heavy. Either it really is photographic paper, or it's full as dirt. Ah, nice.
50 arkuszy
Top quality
papieru. No, czyli może... za którymś razem wywołamy jakieś zdjęcia. No powinieneś to
film is in the
zabrać.
container. That's a photo enlarger. You put the developed film in the top and then lay a sheet of photo paper on the table below. The picture is projected.
Kurde, dziwna. A nie ma może odpowiedzi... jak to zrobić tu? Film, wywoływacz, utrwalacz. Ach. Mogłem iść na warsztaty z fotografiki. Może bym wiedział, jak się wywołuje film. Czekaj, to jest naczynie na wodę. Naczynie na wywoływacz. Mam jeszcze tu. Muszę wlać wywoływacz chyba.
That's enough. The developer also has to be diluted.
Trzeba rozwodnić. Czy co, tutaj mam wlać? Czy źle robię? Koreks. Co my tu mamy jeszcze? Powiększacz, czy nie? Może ja muszę coś do tego wlać? Tu.
Good. Now the developer is oxidizing. It gives off electrons.
Okay.
The more light that falls on a location, the stronger the reaction. And so the place then turns
Dobra.
dark.
Okej. Tutaj może będę uważał i... może w życiu mi się to kiedyś przyda, albo komuś z was.
Okay. I guess the film has to be
Film
developed.
jest wywołany, powiadasz. Dobra. To chyba możesz go zabrać.
That ought to do it. I'll pour out the
Okay.
developer.
Co teraz?
Now the fixer's gotta go in to stop the film from keeping on developing.
Czyli muszę dodać utrwalacza. Tak mi się zdaje.
Oh well, that's the end of the fixer. But what was left ought to have stopped the development process. I hope everything's
No ja
worked.
też mam nadzieję, że się udało. Co dalej? Mogę już to zabrać, widzę. Nie popsułeś chyba?
So far, so good.
Okej. Dobra, mamy tu film, widzę.
The film's developed. And that's the first step. Now I have to make the
Okay.
prints. I need photo paper and an enlarger. And that's over there. Then I need developer.
Wyłącz tutaj dałem. To teraz mogę chyba dać te negatywy tu.
The film has been put in.
Okej.
I could turn the lamp on now, but that's not going to do too much if there isn't any paper below them.
A, czyli teraz papier tutaj idzie.
The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens from the paper seems fine for the picture to be projected properly.
Czy co?
Let's have a go. The longer I leave the lamp on, the more contrast the picture gets.
To chyba
Let's try it.
w ogóle czas się odmierza. Dobra, spróbujmy teraz.
I think that's enough time.
Nie wiem ile. Powiedział, że był odpowiedni, dobra. Czyli musiałem dobrze to wywołać. Co dalej?
The sheet's been exposed. No idea if the exposure time's good or not. I'm only gonna know that once I
No.
develop it.
Czy tutaj, tak? Mam nadzieję.
The developer
No i mam nadzieję, że
first
się nie
diluted.
pomylę.
It's much too aggressive like that.
Co?
So far the dish has only got developer in it. The developer still has to be diluted.
Woda destylowana?
Great. Just as it should be. A dish with about half an inch of diluted developer.
Dobra. I mogę teraz to tu włożyć, tak?
Ah, here we go. I have to take the sheet out as
Za
soon as
wcześnie
it has the
będzie
correct
zbyt jasne,
brightness.
za późno zbyt
Too
ciemno.
early, it stays too light.
Okej.
Too late, it'll get too dark.
No, widzicie? Tu się już pojawia coś. Ale takie to zdjęcie... To
The
ciemne.
photo's exposed and developed. Now all I have to do is wash off the developer fluid using...
Czy tu... Nie muszę tu nalać woda? Hmm. Okej. Widzę, że tu wcześniej nie było. To zdjęcie mi się coś nie podoba. Wydaje mi się, że źle to zrobiłem. Ale zobaczymy. Zbyt ciemny chyba.
The picture's got too much contrast. But the brightness is good. I shouldn't expose the paper for so long next time.
Czy źle? Co? No tak każde z kolei. Okej, zobaczmy jeszcze raz.
The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens... Okay then, let's try again. I have to measure the exposure time exactly. Too short and there won't be enough contrast. Too long will give me too much.
Spróbujmy na 5 sekund może.
Okay, I think that's enough time.
Mam nadzieję. Nie wiem, bo... Powiedział, że chyba za dużo. Teraz to
That
tu...
won't work at all. Next attempt.
Okej. Może tym razem pójdzie.
Bath diluted developer. I have to lay the exposed paper in the bath until the picture becomes visible. A bath of diluted developer.
Co, ja zrzuciłem to czy co?
A completely normal waste bin.
Co ja z tym zdjęciem zrobiłem?
A bath of diluted developer. I have to lay the exposed paper in the bath until the picture becomes visible. The longer I leave...
No coś ty zrobił z tym zdjęciem, bo ja nie rozumiem. WTF. Czekajcie, spróbujmy jeszcze raz.
The sheet is lying...
Okej.
Okay, I think that's enough time.
Zabieraj to zdjęcie. I chodź z nim tu. Wcześniej to nie wiem co on zrobił.
I have to take the sheet out as soon as it has the correct brightness.
Późno zbyt
Too
ciemno.
early, it stays too light. Too late, it'll get too dark.
O, teraz ładniej chyba wygląda. Powinno być ładna. Mam nadzieję, że wyszło. Bo wcześniejsze to nie miała twarzy w ogóle. Powiedz, że dobrze.
The contrast is good and the brightness is right too. But the picture itself is garbage. I can't do... Well, at least the exposure and development times seem to be right. I'll try it again.
Aha, czyli od nowa muszę. A co, dobrze to zdjęcie wyszło nam?
The sheet is lying in... Okay then, let's try again. I have to measure the exposure...
Dobra. To 5 sekund było dobrze.
Okay, I think that's enough time.
Zabieraj i chodź tutaj z tym zdjęciem.
Here we go. I have
Okej. Poczekajmy. Zanim pojawi się to zdjęcie Angeliny. Może tyle. Nie wiem. To wygląda na ciemniejsze, chyba źle to zrobiłem. Za późno. Powiedz, że dobrze.
Yes, I've really got it now. Brightness and contrast are correct.
Ach,
If Fuller only had any idea about photography, then maybe even the picture would be good too. Maybe the next one. This could
no,
well...
trochę to zajmie. Dobrze, że on to będzie robił, a nie my.
36 pictures and not one of them actually any good. How can a guy take a beautiful woman
No.
like Angelina and then... But I can't do much about that. The pics have been snapped and I gotta take them to her at the hotel. At least I get to see her again. And it's also not my fault that the pictures are bad.
No masz rację, to nie twoja wina. Ty byś na pewno lepiej sfotografował. Ale ktoś tu przyszedł, dziwne. Kto tam? O, diabli niosą.
Mrs. Biba?
Bajba. Chodźmy zobaczyć co u niej. Co ona chce.
Can I help you, Mrs. Biba?
Oh, what are you doing here? Thought you quit.
Yes. Yes, I have. I'm just picking up my stuff.
Oh, right. Is Fuller there?
No, not at the moment.
Then can you give me this?
Ciekawe co to jest.
Give it to him personally. As soon as he gets back. I gotta go.
Okej. Ciekawe. Co w tej kopercie jest? No chyba za bardzo za nim nie przepada, tak mi się wydaje.
I feel sorry for her. There's something not right going on here. Could it help me get one over on Fuller? Huh. But I can't put Mrs. Biba in there.
No.
If I could secretly open the envelope, then I could look at what's inside and put the envelope. But how can I open the envelope and close it again without Fuller?
Ja wiem jak otworzyć ten list. Spokojnie. A ciekawe czy te drzwi do piwnicy są tu otwarte. Nie. Dobra. Chyba nie wiem czy mamy tu się dostać. No chyba nie. Musimy odnieść to zdjęcie do Angeliny. Teraz zobaczymy w dzienniku. Zadania. Muszę przeczytać ten list. Dobra, a to troszeczkę potem. Może zanieśmy zdjęcia do Angeliny. Mam nadzieję, że będę mógł to teraz zrobić. Do hotelu, w którym zatrzymała się Angina, przejdziemy jakoś tędy. Taka dziwna droga. Tam jest ten hotel. Także idziemy. No. Ładnie tutaj jest. Zobaczmy. No bo czekaj, tu były
The
samochody.
hotel seems to have few guests, but in this season you'd normally, maybe the others have seen the weather report. There's a storm getting up. Who wants to be stuck in a hotel on the
No, raczej nikt by nie chciał.
The back room seems to be an office. Desks, files.
Mm.
I don't really like to climb into other people's houses. Like that.
Ech. Hotel White Coast. Mam nadzieję, że dobrze czytam w ogóle jego nazwę.
The New England coastal towns look Scandinavian. Such big houses. I reckon this place was purposely built as a hotel. It's too big for an ordinary house.
Mm.
The owners probably live in some of the rooms. The majority are rented out.
Czyli właściciel mieszka tutaj. Wybrzeże. Ale ładnie to wszystko wygląda. Bardzo mi się to podoba. Darren mógł być troszeczkę szybciej iść. Okej.
It's not exactly like the Florida or Californian beaches. The water here is way too cold.
O. No ogółem nikogo nawet tutaj nie ma. Na tej plaży.
I'm not climbing down there without a good reason.
Okay. Ganek.
Looks very cozy. I bet you get a fantastic view of the whales, but you know, that reminds me of my favorite film, Whales of August. That
Sierpowe
genius
wieloryby.
Vincent Price. You really,
Ciekawe, czy taki
looks
film na serio
very
istnieje.
cozy.
Jeśli ktoś oglądał, może napisać w komentarzu.
But you know, that reminds me of my favorite film, Whales of
Aha. Dziwne. Jeszcze masz tu do obejrzenia.
The mast is a copy of a flagpole you might see on a big ship. You often get stormy weather coming off the Atlantic, along with powerful gusts of wind. The hotel owner ain't quick and go look for
No,
nothing to find.
dobra, chyba to wszystko co mamy do obejrzenia. Czy jeszcze te samochody? A, okej. To jak będziemy już wracać może. Okej, także jesteśmy tutaj w hotelu. Zobaczmy, co tutaj jest do obejrzenia.
There are pictures of ships everywhere. Either the hotel owner has a real maritime interest or thinks that his guests want.
Widoki tam statków, no. Kto wie?
There are a few magazines lying around here. Recommendations for trips,
Okej. Jakieś kwiatki.
plants. I know as much about plants as I do about cars, and that's not very much at all.
Nie znasz się na
There's
samochodach?
nothing in the pot apart from the plant.
Ty jakie masz zainteresowania, Darren?
Private sign
Nie
hangs on the
botanika,
door.
nie
The owner and his
samochody.
family live in this building. Behind the door is either their living quarters or an office.
Ciekawe, czy tam da się wejść? Nie, nie da się.
Young man, those rooms are private.
Oh, sorry.
Okej.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Mm.
You
Dobra.
know my mother? Rebecca Michaels?
Rebecca? Well, of course. We sit together on the tourist board. You're her son? How is she?
Not good, I'm afraid. She's lying in the hospital. She had a fall.
Szkoda mi go.
Oh, my dear boy, that's... I'll let my wife know right away. We'll send her a card.
Well, if you like.
So what are you doing here then? Shouldn't you be with your mother?
I'm gonna go see her again later.
Well, please, give her our best wishes.
Yes, of course.
Dobra.
Does the hotel belong to you?
It sure does. My grandfather built it, and I've been running it for the past 15 years.
Do you live here with your family?
It's like this. The guests value the quiet family atmosphere here. It really is something quite special to stay in a small, family-run hotel. I can't bear those awful tower block hotels in the holiday resorts.
And at some point your children will take over the running of it?
Yes, I hope so. My daughter's studying to be a hotelier in Switzerland. I only hope that our hotel here doesn't end up being too small and provincial for her. My son, well, he's got rather different interests.
What's he doing then?
Now, he's a musician.
Really?
Yes. He even thinks he can make a living out of it.
Some people live very nicely from it. What does he play?
He plays an electric bass in a band. I think it's called punk rock.
And you're worried about that?
A, tyle? Już z nim nie pogadamy. Czemu? Mogę
I
iść od
should
razu
be
do
looking
Angelina.
after my mother or beating the crap out of Fulla's fat face. But instead I'm standing here with a stomach full of butterflies. I don't know what it is about her. But man, I got it bad. Alright, let's go.
Tak, idź na górę do Angelina. O, siedzi sobie. Ale ogółem fajny hotel, taki widok na ocean.
Hello, Angelina. Have I come at a bad time?
No, come in.
I've got the pictures with me. Here.
Oh, great.
To be honest, it's anything other than great. The wrong lighting, pathetic composition.
Fuller.
Fuller has really no idea what he's doing.
I thought that might be the case. I'm sure they would have been better if you'd taken them. How would you take my picture?
Well, your face should, well,
Just do it.
Ach,
huh?
Don't tell me that you, the would-be star photographer, haven't got a camera with you.
Sure, of course.
Come on, then. I still need a present for my parents' wedding anniversary.
Very nice. The light is perfect.
Have you been living here long?
Oh, I don't live here at all. I study in Boston. My mom just bought a house here a few months ago. What brings you here? Look over that way. Yeah, like that. Are you an actress or something like that?
You got it. I'm a famous English actress on my way to Hollywood. No, but seriously. I study literature and history in England. I'm interested in English immigrants in America. Their aspirations, their dreams, their reality.
Wow, that's interesting.
If you say so, we'll see. I wanted to drift a bit, collect some life stories. I don't yet know exactly how I should organize the work.
My mother's from England too. She came over here more than 20 years ago.
Really? Do you think I could talk to her?
That isn't possible at the moment. That's a very pretty bracelet.
Oh, thank you. I got it from my grandmother. She was always there for me. Unfortunately, she died last year.
no troszeczkę możemy poznać
Sorry
Angelina.
about that.
Thanks, but you don't need to be. She was very ill at the end, you know? It was a relief for her. She gave me this bracelet shortly before she died. I'm sure you'll find it silly, but I always have the feeling that she's near me and looks after me. Perhaps we could do a few more special pictures for your portfolio. I always wanted to have a few photos of myself as a model.
Oh, sure. I don't know, what did you have in mind?
I thought maybe like this.
Mm.
Or like this.
Szkoda, że nie jest tutaj tak do nas skierowana.
Like this.
Słabo widać jej twarz. ale ma zajęcia. Chwilę później.
That's it. The film is full.
Oh, shame. It's just getting warmed up. What do you say we go for a meal?
Actually, I'm not hungry yet, but...
Tonight. In the diner. I'll pay. In return for the photos, okay?
Yes, sure. Sounds good.
All right then. See you tonight. Can you develop the pictures by then?
Yeah, yeah, no problem.
I'm looking forward to it.
Czy znowu będziemy wywoływać zdjęcia?
Jeez. That was certainly
Oh.
something.
Znowu ten holo.
Yes, Miss Angelina Morgan has a room here. Would you like to leave her a message, or would you like to go out?
How many nights has she booked?
Damn, no more pictures on the film.
I'm sorry, sir, but you'll have to ask Miss Morgan herself. I can't.
All right.
Brown comeback hair, a long straight nose.
Tutaj
eyes
warto
mixed together.
zapamiętać to, co mówi
Which room is
Darren.
she in then?
I'll inform her that you're here. Mr.
That won't be necessary.
Jeju, coś mi się tutaj wykrzacza,
I'll come
widzę.
back later.
Thin lips, sallow skin, angular face, pointed chin.
But please, don't tell her I was here. It's supposed to be a surprise. I...
O, zobaczył nas.
Hello? What's
Ale
wrong?
dziwne, że Darren
Sir?
widział akurat jego twarz, mimo że był do niego odwrócony tyłem.
What does this guy want?
No ale cóż, tak to jest. Okej. Okej. Coś mi się tutaj tak wykrzaczało brzydko. Mam nadzieję, że nie
Excuse me.
będzie dalej.
Yes, please.
Okej, zapytajmy się tego gościa.
This guy, the one who was asking about Miss Morgan. Had you seen him before?
Sorry, no. He came in and asked me a few questions. Then he disappeared. A strange fellow. Do you know him?
No, but I think he shouldn't be letting near Miss Morgan.
Of course not. I call upstairs, and only when the young lady agrees do I let him up.
And he can't come creeping around here.
Well, that possibility can't be completely excluded. But you can only open the doors from outside with a key.
Okej.
Since when has Miss Morgan been staying here?
You seem to be her friend. Ask her yourself.
O,
We run a very
nic się nie dowiemy od
Would
niego.
that be the case if I were to leave a 20 on the
Dyskretność
counter?
przede wszystkim.
Sorry.
Nah,
Ach, no i tutaj próbował go przekupić. Bez naszej zgody w ogóle. Okej. Zobaczmy.
well, great. I
Na
need
tym
to
ucieka.
develop the pictures before my date, but I can't get in the fullest darkroom anymore. So I'll have to get by with just domestic items. Mom's bathroom will make a great substitute darkroom. I've still got the remains of the photo paper. And I've got developer. I need a red light, 2 flat dishes, and a little acid to use as a fixer. And something to do the exposing with. A projector, for example. I'll write everything down so I don't forget anything. And I still gotta secretly open Mrs. Biber's letter and then deliver it to her later.
No, mamy dużo do roboty jeszcze. Troszeczkę sobie jeszcze pogramy. A długi jest ten rozdział pierwszy.
Both cars have main plates, so maybe they aren't even guests.
Okej, dobra. Pierwsze co... To pójdziemy sobie do sklepiku takiego, który jest obok zakładu fotograficznego Flera, czyli tutaj.